Like, what do you think he's singing on the main course?
He's not saying "You're so baby" over and over again, is he? Because he sure sounds like he's saying "You're so baby" over and over and over again.
I don't care what the lyrics say. He's saying "You're so baby."
Welcome to Every Album Ever with Mike and Alex, the podcast where we listen to every single album in the world, one artist at a time. That's a whole new discography per episode. My name is Michael Mansour, and I'm joined, as always, by my trusty handy co-host, Alexander Volt. Say hello.
Hello.
And today, we'll be discussing every album by
Donnie and Joe Emerson.
Why? Why are we doing this?
I've always thought it was a fascinating album, and since it's one of those weeks we were pressed for time, and I'm on my way out the door, why not? Why not?
Why the hell not? This is news to me. I've never heard of this.
Okay,
Where did you hear this?
I think when it was like re-released in 2012, because it's completely obscure before that. No one heard of this album. And my friend Chris was like, you got to check this shit out. It's these like guys who were raised on a farm, and their dad spent like a lot of money helping them like record this album, and it like didn't go anywhere. And much like, I don't want to say it's like Maskell,
yeah.
but there is a certain charm where these are kids and they are amateurs and don't really, like, all they have is each other. And so you get this guy who can't sing really well and these two brothers who are doing their best, and it's this kind of off, like, I mean that like literally, like the timing is
it's
off.
Literally off. Yeah.
Yes, but it's this really sweet and wholesome, and sometimes it's haunting. Sometimes you're like, is this krautrock? Is this like...
It's not, but you wonder if it is.
Yeah, is this like a suicide, like done in that same spirit
as band,
that? Yeah, the band Suicide.
Because you could mistake it for the other kind.
No. And so I've just always thought it was like a funny and endearing album, but not the same like overtly funny the way Maskell is. I think there are like genuine like catchy hooks and ideas here, and it's like in a different world. I think Donnie and Joe Emerson are like stars, and the whole package too. You need the name, you need the album cover where they have their,
you need the cover.
Their like jumpsuits. You need the title.
Elvis jumpsuits, yeah.
Yes, you need the title, Dreamin Wild. Like, everything about it.
Dreamin Wild. This is so funny. Yeah, again, yeah. Now, check out episode of Maskell if you don't know what we're talking about. It's the funniest, craziest album you've never heard. That's where you hear that, it's like, what? This is more like, oh, these are obviously kids who can't really play that well. You know what this is. That album, you don't know what the hell that is.
Yes. They are trying very hard to punch above their weight class, and they're not always succeeding, but it's just, I don't know. It's a cool album.
I would say they pretty much never succeed. It's a hilariously bad album. I think it's terrible, but it makes me laugh. One, it is funny. And then also you're right. It is sweet. You're saying the wholesomeness of it. It's so wholesome. It's so nice. The backstory of the dad created. We'll talk more about the dad in the studio. It's like, man, that guy loves his sons. Holy hell, that guy loves his sons.
Father of at least 2 decades.
Yeah, father of the late 20th century, that's for sure. Man, so it is sweet. And then the revival of them, when they're discovered in 2010s or whatever, And then all of a sudden they have this life. They have this resurgence. I mean, there wasn't, you can't call it a resurgence because they never surged. There was no surging.
And they're not lying like Rodriguez is either. Like this is
fucking hack.
That's a different podcast. But like they were genuinely nobodies and shocked when I believe it was Light in the Attic came to them and like how did you guys even find this? Like, so I will say without Rodriguez, I don't think we would have a Donnie and Joe Emerson because I believe Light in the Attic was the label that did the whole Rodriguez thing. And so they were very much like trying to discover that new
lost thing.
Mm-hmm.
Then man, that Rodriguez thing. I remember from that. It was just getting my ear talked off by my older relatives. Like, could you hear? I mean, he his whole life, and then they found. It's like, all right, that's cool. And then obviously, like when you find out something like that, it's just like rage, boiling rage.
Yeah.
But this is actually sweet. So we have this article from the Guardian, from July 2014. Before we talk about the research, I keep saying resurgence, and they were revived. Let's talk about the actual thing. So, Fruitland, Washington. Fruitland sounds made up. Yes. Even though I've encountered many streets called Fruitland, there's a city Fruitland. It's a stupid word. And what was it, like a 1,600 acre farm that they lived on? I mean, that is, oh boy.
That's huge. They're probably rich off just the land.
Oh yeah. Yeah, easily. So before this, they recorded a 45 apparently, but according to this piece, it says, but this, as their father recounts, wasn't enough. Well, then we said, why don't we get the recording equipment and do it right in this building that I built them? So Mr. T went and found all the equipment. Is that his fucking name? Like, I missed the reference because I didn't read the article. Gary Tollefson.
Okay.
High school. There was their high school music teacher. And apparently his claim to fame was he was a bugler at Kennedy's funeral. Either way, he was their mentor. He encouraged them. He's the one who kind of pushed them to do the 45, the very first 45 that they did. So I'm just going to read that. I'm just going to read the quote. It's crazy. Yeah. His now legendary act of parental faith was to pour around $100,000 into creating a home recording studio for his sons. The record that they made in that homemade studio was the beautifully naive, deeply sincere, Dreamin Wild, an intuitively sophisticated set of songs that tempered the West Coast pop with blue-eyed soul. Most of that's true. I mean, it's definitely sincere as fuck. It's so sincere.
Yes, I do like the use of the word naive as well.
Beautifully naive.
Yeah.
And so their father, bless his soul, goodness gracious, $100,000 in 70s money, late
That's
70s.
Before inflation, yeah.
That's before the ridiculous. When I was a kid, the dollar was worth double what it is now. This is fucking the 70s.
Yeah,
that's like $1 million gajillion dollars, pretty much.
Jesus Christ, yeah, and just like the naiveness of it, because everyone thinks their kids are special. Everyone loves their kids, but this man. Like really, like literally bought into it.
Oh boy, did he! And the world did not. So, Donnie says that they were untrained, and he says, like back then I didn't realize what I was doing. I was just doing. Just got in front of a mic and started singing, and then Joe. He calls him Joey. Joe would just play drums. So, as far as I know, the bulk of the instruments is Donnie. If I had to guess, he's the older of the two, although I can't say for sure. I'm going to go ahead and guess he's the older of the two.
I'm going to guess by Donnie being portrayed by Casey Affleck and Joe being portrayed by Walton Goggins, that Donnie
in the movie
is the youngest. And yes, as we were talking about before recording, I'm very upset. I just found out this movie existed a few hours before. We
didn't get a chance to watch the biopic Dreamin Wild. By the way, the name Dreamin Wild gets used a little bit. In fact, everything that they've ever done is called Dreamin' Wild. We're going to be covering more than one album.
Yeah.
It's all called Dreamin' Wild.
I want to get it on like my forearms, like Dreamin' Wild.
I'm going to have it like on my knuckles, but like condensed. So, the Casey Affleck is Donnie and Walton Goggins is Joe. Bo Bridges is in there and Zoe Deschanel. Very interesting. 2022, but apparently it's good. I mean, that's what I'm seeing. Anyway, Donnie's playing most of the instruments, and Joe is on drums and stuff. So they grew up. Life goes on. I think it says here that Joe stayed on the farm and he built a house like really close, like 100 yards away from the original studio, and that's where he lived for into adulthood.
Yeah, you got a whole 1,600 acres there. You might as well.
Plenty of space.
Yeah,
plenty of space. And then it says, and this is where it all happens, baby. It says, then in 2008, the Emersons received a phone call. Jack Fleischer, a record collector, had been browsing an antique shop in Spokane when those white jumpsuits caught his eye. He was sufficiently tickled to part with $5 for the record. As soon as he played it, he was blown away and became the record's first evangelist. It became a word-of-mouth wonder in music nerd circles. Then in July 2012, the lo-fi cult hero Ariel Pink released a cover version that, for a significant swath of young Americans, became the song of that summer. Haven't heard a lot of Ariel Pink, but that fits the bill. I mean, completely.
Oh, he is like an artist who purposefully tries to make his music sound like this.
Shitty. Yeah.
Yes.
He does a lot of recording on old shit. I know my brother Robert's a big fan. And a lot of difficult to do now, but back in the day, it was kind of like the default. Momentum was building, and soon the brothers and their extraordinary lost record came to the attention of Light in the Attic, the reissue specialist. Dreamin' Wild was re-released in 2012 to unanimous praise. Now, hold on a second here. I'm calling bullshit on unanimous praise. Listen, I know it's fun. I know it's funny. I know it's sweet and sincere. It's not good, right? I mean, it's not, I'm not missing something.
I think this is a grower. Like it's technically not good. I'm not going to argue with that any day of the week. But like, I remember putting it on and just like thinking, oh, this is funny or this is sweet. But like some of these things are like earworms, and I like sincerely like want to listen to them. I like the biggest mistake I ever made in my life. I remember like dating this girl, and we were like, oh, this isn't meant to be, and I felt one way, and to like try to lighten the mood, I forget how I worked it in. I was like, have you heard this like ridiculous song, Baby? And like I regret showing her that song so much, because I'm convinced she this like took that song and like passed it off like she had discovered it.
Oh, ooh, ew.
And
don't like those.
I was so mad. I just like put it on like to try to like lighten the mood, and I want to wait till we actually talk about it, or like, oh, doesn't it sound like they're saying this? And like, is this? But like, she genuinely liked it, and this made it messier in my whatever. The past is the past.
Yes, indeed.
So like, people hear that song, and there is like a connection there for whatever reason. And so yeah, I know this is your first introduction, but I think it'll just like stew in your brain. I don't know. You also listen to a ton of music, but
yeah, it'll get pushed out pretty quickly by other things. But it is fascinating, and I'm, as much as I'm saying like, oh yeah, it's a bad album, there are some good stuff. There's like good moments, and this is not even like the only thing we're talking about, because obviously the album is the album, and it's the reason why we have the episode. But they put out another album. And because apparently this is the piece that says, but Dreamin' Wild wasn't a one-off. In the 18 months they spent in their isolated farm studio, The brothers wrote and recorded around 70 songs, and now Light in the Attic has just released Still Dreamin' Wild, the lost recordings, 1979 to 81. Dude, when I first read that song, that album title, I laughed my ass off. They're still dreaming wild, Alex. They're still dreaming wild. So they had a lot of songs recorded. I was expecting, the lost recordings to be just like, I don't know, 62 more just songs just crammed. It's not. It's a 40-minute. I don't know. I forget how many tracks. I can find out in like 3 seconds though. 12 tracks, 40 minutes. It's like, they condensed it. They picked their favorites or the best out of that 70 or whatever. And it feels like a proper album. So yes. It doesn't really feel like a outtakes or bonus or demos or anything like that. So we have that. I found, we're going to go into the albums in more detail, of course, but I honestly found myself really enjoying that a lot more than the album.
Really?
The main one. Yeah. Cause there's less, the album is very rough in performance, which it's fun. It's charming for a little bit, but then you're just listening to two kids try to learn how to play the instruments. And that does get old for me. At least with like the other one, there's way less fuck ups. Like they clearly know how to play the instruments much better.
There's still a level of weirdness to Still Dreamin', but and then there's Charles Bradley, No Time for Dreamin'.
No Time for Dreamin'. Oh God, I love it. Love it.
But yeah, I had never listened to Still Dreamin' until this week, and then it's a different album to me, and like it's so crazy to think the first one, like, oh, I've been like listening to that for like a decade now.
Holy crap. Oh man. So yeah, the fact that you had it like not long after it was originally re-released, that's pretty fun. You were almost on the ground floor in a way.
Yeah, but I never like, maybe now, like if I saw they were playing somewhere, I'd try to like seek them out. But at the time, I viewed it purely as novelty. I had like no desire to like see them perform. I didn't want more from them. I was just like very content with that one album.
Yeah. So this little snippet is kind of like in a nutshell. It's how the article ends. It says, recently a musician told Donnie that he just didn't get Baby, that he felt it was missing something. Goes on and says, no. I said, no, it's not missing anything, Donnie says quietly. Sometimes it doesn't have to be complete. It has to wander. It has to make you want more. And when you're a kid at 17 or 18, you're not complete. You're not there. And even when we're 75, 80 years old, we're still kids and we don't want to be complete. I embrace these fans because they see the purity in it. They see that it doesn't have to be so perfect, that it's just a vibe, that it is what it is.
Well, what a beautiful man. What a beautiful man.
I'm not going to argue with that at all, because everything I like about this is the fact of that. Everything else makes me laugh pretty much.
Also, that guy is wrong. Baby is a perfectly crafted song.
I would say there are incomplete songs on Still Dreamin'.
Yes.
Like that actually feel incomplete, but I wouldn't say Baby's one of them. Anyway, so 2 albums. First one originally released in 1979. Of course, got the little revival in 2012, and then the Still Dreamin', the lost recordings, that was 2014. So yeah, a nice little fun one. Might as well get started if you are ready.
I am ready.
Hell yes, this is 1979. By the way, this song is called Good Time. You gotta love it. Gotta have a good time. This is 1979's Dreamin' Wild.
I was so taken aback by these vocals. Like, this is fine. This is fine right now.
Oh, it's fine. It's fine.
I'm just anticipating.
I know. Almost there, baby. It's almost there.
Good job. Didn't make you Did you feel good if you ever?
It's a child trying to sing like an adult.
It's exactly what it is.
Did it make you feel like a fool? Did you have a good time?
It's also kind of like deadpan a little bit.
Did you have a good time?
Oh, fuck.
Did you have a
If
good
you're singing about having a good time, you should
It
sound
doesn't sound
like,
like he's
and
having a
he's
good
like-
time at all.
he's just very monotone. Or like if I asked someone if they were having a good time,
It's and those vocals are pretty much like that the whole album.
they're so amazing. It's almost like if Michael McDonald didn't know how to sing. And then yeah, it's just like I think Donnie's a better bass player than he is guitar player. I love what he's doing on the bass in this song.
And that song, yes.
Yeah.
In other songs, what the fuck is happening? There's some songs in here that are so that are so off. I'm forgetting which one is the one with the bass. Yeah, it just feels like the sun. The bass is not even playing the same song as everyone else.
It's not even close. It's not even. It's one of my favorite jammy songs ever because they're going for that jammy vibe. It's so long. It's so off. I just I love it. I love it.
It is absolutely hysterical how long this song is. Why won't it fucking end? It doesn't make any sense.
Yes.
Oh, that is an absolute highlight. This is another one where I usually note whether or not I like the song in my notes. I did that here, but like Mescal, it doesn't matter because it's just
and it's so short too. Like the relatively though.
Yeah. And so there's things that you can enjoy here. And there's things that you can also enjoy, but just for different reasons. That one is a perfect example of just like the absurdity that a 7-minute song is fucking that bad and just keep, for no reason keeps going. Give me a chance. I think I liked a lot more than the opener.
Dude, that song's cool as fuck. It's like Can doing funk music.
A little bit, yeah. It's pretty funky. It's not. It's appropriately cheesy, but it's not bad.
Yeah, but it's just these dweebs in their very expensive studio, and they're there's no way they listen to Can or Krautrock.
I no, I do not believe so.
Yeah, they were able to have a very similar sounding sound, which is just mind-boggling to me.
Fascinating. Check out episodes on Can, and then
Noi.
And no, yeah. Baby is track 3, which is the hit. Yeah.
That's the hit song.
It's pretty much an R&B ballad played by 17-year-olds. That is exactly what it is.
So I didn't want to there was no good way to text this to you, but what do you think he's singing on the main course?
So
did you look it up? Yeah.
I know what he's saying because I rarely do this, but I happen to have the lyrics tab open on the side. But there is
that ruins it.
No, it doesn't. Because before I saw that, I checked before I read it, I was like, he's not saying "You're so baby" over and over again, is he? Because he sure sounds like he's saying "You're so baby" over and over and over again.
I don't care what the lyrics say. He's saying "You're so baby."
You're so baby over and over again.
And that's part of why I put the song on to isn't this funny? This guy singing "You're so baby."
You're so baby. You're so
I remember playing it for Hillary thinking she had heard it and she had it, and she was just dying. Like, she thought it was the greatest thing ever.
It is pretty funny.
It's weirdly haunting. If it didn't sound like he was saying "You're so baby," it's like this very like chill, kind of dark R&B with like the
rough production actually
Yeah.
helps it. Like it
for sure.
So I mean, because the whole thing is produced pretty rough, and not every song is kind of sounds the same in its roughness. Like that one, the backup vocals, the little ghostly sounds, the little ghostly vocals, they're like so much louder than. Well, it's louder than they should be, but like way louder than you'd like, because like you could hear them almost peaking. There's moments I think on here that are legitimately peaking.
Oh, absolutely. You can like hear.
Yeah, it's like obviously these guys didn't know what they were doing, but with that song, yeah, like the drums are pretty bad on there, but all of it kind of coalesced into this really like, oh, it's kind of weird, and the fact that it became. From what I suppose the intention was like, oh, sweet and sentimental, but it kind of found its way to weird and makes it more interesting and cool.
Yeah, like it unintentionally created this sound or this vibe. But yeah, that's what I dream wild about, finding the one I can tell you're so baby.
You're so baby. You're so baby.
For now, I just have to settle with telling the dog that.
The dog's very lucky.
Dogs are so baby, though.
Oh, they are indeed baby. Love is not too bad. It's got actually has a decent guitar melody. The vocals are the vocals, honestly, on this whole album, but it's not bad.
That is the like least memorable track for me.
Ooh.
Because I think I like every other song more here. So
really,
if I had to like nitpick something, it's Love Is.
Wow.
But again, like you said, it kind of doesn't matter, because you need the whole album start to finish is the story. It is the song.
Yeah.
Or this, I'm using song loosely, but
yeah, because there's a lot of strange things here, like the hilariously out of tune bass on "Don't Go Lovin' Nobody Else." By the way, their use of apostrophes, legendary.
I love it. I had an epiphany during that song where I was like, you know what? I don't think breakup songs should sound good. Like, "Don't Go Loving Anybody Else" is actually how I feel when I'm going through a breakup. All disjointed and off.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
So again, unintentionally, like creating like, oh, that is like more in line with breaking up with someone.
That song, it's like that weird quivery feeling when you're holding back tears and you're trying to stay strong.
Yeah.
That's the song. It's not because the song relays that kind of emotion. It's because the song is barely hanging on. It's really.
And then oh man, the end. I love, if you go to our Thin Lizzy episode, I love some whispers in my songs. So when they do the whispers and the high pitched vocals at the end of
it also has there's a lot of bitch ass quick fade outs on these two albums.
And I assume that's due to the nature of the songs not being finished.
Yeah, or just not really understanding how to do a proper fade out, maybe. But yeah, then we got
another great song title.
Dream Full of Dreams.
Yes. Fuck, yes. This
man.
Sometimes the term "this feels like a child wrote this" is used negatively. I mean that in the best way possible when talking about Donnie and Joe Emerson.
Dream Full of Dreams is fucking great.
This guy, Donnie should sue Chris Nolan and be like, I actually came up with Inception on my song Dreamin' Full of Dreams.
Dream full of dreams. Absolutely. Oh, imagine in Inception, like you know how like they fuck with the music and it gets like deeper and slower the more in the dream.
Dude.
But it's just fucking this album.
Dude, it's yeah, or it feels like the sun, but the like more dreams they go in, the more off the like timing and the instruments get. Yeah.
So toward the end of the album, like the final 3 tracks is like the songs start getting longer, and it gets very strange. So Dream Full of Dreams is almost 6 minutes, and it is
that keyboard playing.
There's
amazing.
I like the keys on the intro. Yeah, I like the keys on the intro, but it is just, it's so sentimental. It's so sentimental. It's so sloppy. It's so long. It's like, man, to enjoy this sincerely, I think would be hard. And to enjoy it for the craziness that it is, and like,
yes,
you have to. For a song like that, for me, I have to.
I came here for the craziness, but having it in my musical vocabulary so long, I like like genuinely like it, but I know like how jarring the album is initially. So
it is very strange, and all of that we just talked about absolutely pales when compared to the closer, My Heart, which is
that.
What if you had pick one word to describe that song, Alex?
Oh yeah.
One word.
2 words. Oh yeah,
word.
with an apostrophe.
Yeah. Oh apostrophe. Yeah.
Yeah. Because he says it a lot.
Oh my god, dude, it is something else. It's kind of psychedelia. I mean, kind of.
It's my favorite song on the album. I love the fuzz. I love the like. To me, that's my favorite. And I know I'm not working with a large selection here, but that is my favorite Donnie Emerson riff is Heart.
Oh, wow. Yeah. So one, it's 8 minutes. It's it doesn't fuck around. There's a lot of effects on the guitar. Very little bass. The production on this one is especially weird on guitar, especially because it sounds almost muffled, but it has all these weird effects on it. So it's very interesting. But there's these tempo shifts, and they're really sloppy tempo shifts because like they're like messing up and they're like speeding up and slowing down, and it's going on for so long. We said probably made the comparison to like, oh, the song feels like a fever dream. This feels like you have a fever, and it really does feel like that. Because like it starts to get woozy. You start to feel after a while like the length of it. It's just you're just like, what the fuck is happening? You start to get dizzy.
I also cannot think of a more some of the most appropriate titled albums ever. This is a wild dream. Like if some avant-garde musician, some fucking like Captain Beefheart wrote Heart. Like everybody
My Heart
would be, or everyone would be talking about it.
Maybe he probably would have had better musicians playing crazier things. These are bad musicians trying to play normal things, which is kind of better. Like
I would say My Heart is like the closest they legitimately get to like greatness, in my opinion. Like if they were refined musicians doing this or had that like jazz background, like I think there's a lot there.
There's definitely something there. There's definitely a lot of song there. It's very long.
Yeah.
And the soloing, the soloing is rough, but you hear like the intent. You hear a lot of this whole thing about the whole album. You can hear a lot of the intention, and that's kind of what keeps it being, I think, endearing, is because you don't lose any of the intention. And yeah, with that song, it's probably not for the vast majority of humans to enjoy, because it is a brutal song. It's a brutal song. It's funny. It's crazy. It's weird. And it has the DNA of like, oh yeah, that would be like an actual good song if you just let them play practice a few more years.
Yeah, get some training under their belts. But yeah, I've never even like pieced together that song is 8 minutes. I just throw it on.
Flies right by for Alex.
It does. I'm like fully indoctrinated.
So yeah, it's just such a fascinating album and a fascinating legacy, I guess, because for me the appeal is the funny and the roughness and the fact that they can't keep time fucking at all. I don't know really what the deal is. I don't know how much of it I'm missing or getting, because if that's the reason that I'm enjoying it. It's a very interesting album. It's very perplexing.
Yeah, I think if it wasn't interesting, it would just kind of be like this thing that came and went or didn't catch on. But I think because there's something deeper there, or people appreciate the the weirdness that was created.
Yeah,
that it's like stuck around, or yeah, I don't know what it is about like Baby in particular where you could show that to normal people and they like it's like an earworm.
it is catchy. It is definitely catchy. This album has some catchy stuff.
I will say also, because I forgot to, like, on paper I would think, oh, these kids are playing like classic rock, it's gonna sound bluesy, but you get these like funk and R&B and unintentional like krautrock things, so it makes it way more interesting than if they were like doing blues stuff, for example.
Way more interesting. Yeah, we were talking about like the funniness of the songs, and like the strangeness and like sometimes the catchiness, but they are really diverse stylistically.
Yeah, the minimum you gotta give them that.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, it's more than Operation Ivy has. Like, I'll listen to this over Operation Ivy.
It's more than the Cramps have. Yeah,
any day over the fucking Cramps. Any day. Jesus Christ. So yeah, I mean that's the album. It's absolutely it's worth a shot. I mean, it's fascinating at the very least. You might laugh. You might actually enjoy some of this shit. I mean, why the hell not?
Yeah, I feel like our listeners in particular are very adventurous, and at minimum, it's if you feel the need to throw on a weird album around family, like it's like. You could put it on for kids. Like kids might like it.
And guess what, everybody? You're going to have a good time.
You're going to have a real good time.
But we have one more to talk about, because who would have thought we'd get a second album full of this beautifully endearing duo?
Not me.
Exactly. So we got one more, and this is the last, the last batch that we got. This 2014. This is 2014's Still Dreamin' Wild, the Lost Recordings, 1979 to 81.
Dreaming more wild.
Dreamin' Wilder.
Electric Boogaloo.
Yeah. Dude, this intro.
This is crazy. Like,
crazy.
I was like, is this them as old men, or is this like because it sounds very like fresh.
It sure does. It sounds nothing like anything off the debut. And also, this is just an intro. It's only 30 seconds, but I wanted to play it because it's fucking awesome.
It is, yeah. It's a cool little.
And now they're doing new wave, and they're doing it well.
This is a song where I'm like, there's like a pinch of suicide. Like Rick Springfield, but it's off.
Yeah. Rick Springfield is probably the closest comparison. I mean, it's
or like
straight new wave, or outfield or whatever.
Or like Bruce Springsteen dancing in the dark.
Yeah. But this is fucking cool.
This was very jarring for me because it's so like different from the first album.
Way different, and also they're playing in time.
I don't like you. You take your playing in time back, Mister.
I would show this to most. Everyone likes fucking 80s music now.
Yeah.
I dare you not to like this song. I mean, really. If you're yeah, it's fun as hell. I'll show this to any of my fucking dork friends who like 80s shit. Like, absolutely. What's not to like?
It's the newfound Donnie Benet fan in you.
Yeah. Yeah. It's the greatest. But so this, I am surprised at how different this is.
So was I. I'm like still digesting it.
Still dreaming it.
Still dreaming it because yeah, like everything like obviously the songs on the first album are like lightning in a bottle, but I was like, I don't know if it's from the same recording session or whatever. But yeah, this is a like 80s ass album.
It is 80s as fuck. It's a lot less diverse, and there are still a lot of stinkers on here. But I'd say some of my favorite songs are on here. I mean, like, there's, some genuinely pretty fun stuff. The track that follows that is Ride the Tide. I like that. I like it too. It's more new 80s stuff for sure, but it's great. It's nice.
He is less mumbly. You can make his lyrics out.
That's another thing. He's not doing the. He's got a voice now. He found a voice.
Yeah. So yeah, to me, Ride the Tide was kind of like Weird Hal and Oates a little bit. And then and the lyrics are so wild to keep using that word.
Oh, Wait, I didn't read any of the lyrics for this album.
He's like singing about doing a lover's cry against his will. I'm like, who hurt you, Donnie? You're
He's 19 years old or whatever, you know.
Everybody hurt him. Everybody hurt him.
We've all felt that way at 18, 19, 100%.
A lover's cry against your will. I'm like, dude, it is so melodramatic.
Very, yes.
Yeah.
There's a lot of that, though. There's plenty of that. And I would say it gets even more so on One True Love.
Dude.
Boy.
When he says he's going to go catch a movie and maybe Superman 2 can help him out, I felt that.
That's pretty sweet.
He could have just said Superman, but he had to specify the time he was living in and let you know he specifically watched Superman 2. The guitar in that, though, I feel like that injects some like much needed energy because this is not a guitar album, and that is like a cool wrinkle in that song.
Oh, I didn't even catch that. That one definitely was a miss for me, but it did remind me of something that would be on the first album because it's more ballady, it's a little bit more cheesy, but it's honestly not that bad. Overall, I would say it's one of the less bad like cheesy ballads on here.
Jumping around a little bit, the only song I felt like that had this similar DNA of the first album is Don't Disguise the Way You Feel.
Oh, yeah. I wonder why, dude.
That's the only song on here that made me think of, that made me want to originally Dream Wild and not still Dream Wild.
So Don't Disguise the Way You Feel. It's the closer. It's another 7-minute closer. And I'll tell you one thing. It is definitely Know My Heart, but
no, it's not.
It is very long and repetitive, and it's man. So that song made me laugh some of the hardest out of all this because it opens with this somber acoustic guitar, and then a few bars in, holy God, you've never heard anybody press a synth key more viciously than that first synth line. Like, it's so loud.
He's like, I don't have the weird abrasive vocals anymore. What can I do to just like hit these listeners over the head with something?
That is an aggressive key press. I mean, Jesus Christ, it's brutal. And then there's like no bass in it. Like drums come in, but there's no bass, so it feels very empty. But I don't know. It's sensible closer. It's long. but honestly, the repetitiveness hurts it for me by the end. It's a weird song.
I guess I just like Donnie and Joe jam songs. That's the.
I guess so.
Yeah.
Going a little bit earlier, we got this is where it started to dip out for me. Something's coming down. These apostrophes, man.
Yeah.
That's like one of the cheesiest for sure.
Which I assume is a song about not being able to maintain an erection.
Something's coming down.
And then the woman replies in the next song, everybody knows it.
That's the name of the next song, and that is pretty good.
I love, again, Donnie is a unsung bass playing hero. Like the bass lines and everybody knows it is.
So no, here's the thing. The song is about as corny and dorky as it gets. It's very funny. It's very awesome. I love it. Makes me laugh. But the thing is, both times listening to this song, I hear it. I'm hearing the progressions, and then I think, oh, this should be about the time the song feels like it's coming to a logical end.
And it does.
It's and that time comes at 2 minutes. The song goes on for another 2.5 minutes. I'm like, okay, this is fucking not cool. By the end of it, I hate it. But that's what happens.
And then perhaps their wildest song, Big Money.
One of their best, one of my favorites.
Insane.
It's a Devo song, basically.
The 80s level cheese on this song is it's intense.
It has like this machine gun drum. That's a really ineloquent way to put that, but it's this driving tom that's part of the main beat, and it's first thing I thought it was Devo, but it's lively and it's fun and it's pretty cool, and honestly that little machine gun drum sound. It has the cool effect. It's not bad at all. I quite like that one.
Well, you're talking about tom drums, and you found the sense on "Don't Disguise the Way You Feel" to be abrasive. Holy fuck! The tom drums. I'm assuming they're electronic. The tom drum sound on "Stand by Love." That song. This is the only song I feel like I can say this is like 80% tom drum.
I love Stand By Love. I think it's my favorite song on the album.
I don't love or hate it. It's just crazy how far in the mix like the tom drum sound is, and then everything like takes a back seat.
Dude, the drums on this whole album, they are a bit much. They are very loud. This sound production wise sounds nothing like the other album.
Nothing. Yeah.
This is a little bit more in line with demos, but just maybe good demos. Relatively good demos. The drums are very loud. But Stand By Love is just straight up garage rock, and it's not bad. It's pretty solid.
Yeah. I do feel a little bit disappointed by "Oh Baby Yeah."
You mean "Ooh Baby Yeah"?
"Ooh Baby Yeah," which song title A+, I approve.
Yes.
That's why I'm here for song titles like that. But the way I talked about the first album, how like it's so refreshing to hear like kids in the 60s or 70s. I don't know when it was recorded. I'll say 70s.
79 to 81, yeah.
Yeah. To hear kids not play blues music, and then like that one, it's like, this is like them doing like Grease music.
Yeah, it's mostly cheese. It's in the vein of Grease for sure, but it's so very cheesy. I think the drums are probably the biggest culprit of the song because they're the thing that make it sound the funniest. That closed hi-hat sound is very funny sound. It's very very 80s.
When bands start bringing in electric drums in the 80s, they're walking a fine line here. It's a gamble. And then we have basically a worse Wham with Girl with the Rainbow Seeds. It's so funny. It's like I can only refer to those as fart synths. What else? Yes,
that little
they are
like it's such a silly sound. It's such a fucking. Why did the 80s do that?
I don't know. I don't know who thought that was a good idea. saw the title, I was like, is this going to be like a psychedelic song? And like you
I don't
said,
know.
it's this 80s fart sounds. It's kind of tropical sounding. And
Yeah,
that
very
one was also disappointing.
very dated, but very entertaining for the same. I mean, this for the same reason.
Yeah. I guess at the end of the day, the worst Donnie and Joe Emerson song is entertaining.
It is all very entertaining.
Yes.
And then this is where, so you said that it's not a very guitar driven album. It is a lot of keyboards and stuff. Since You've Been With Me is straight up arcade music. Like if it wasn't for the vocals, it sounds like, I don't know, what's a pit fighter, like some old fucking arcade game. The vocals will make it sound like edgier and more serious, but the instruments are fucking hilarious.
Yeah, it's like this, almost like a dark Michael Jackson song a little bit, but you get that Donnie and Joe production.
Also, that's that's one of the ones where I could safely say that is an incomplete song. It fades out after 2 minutes and nothing happens. It's just the one riff, 2 minutes, and then fades out kind of inexplicably.
I think, that is a song I would have liked to see expanded on, but obviously they don't have a time machine. So
I honestly didn't even hate the vocal lines. Like I feel like there could have been something there. It was not dead in the water for sure, but just a little unfinished. But yeah, I mean that's basically it. And then it closes with "Don't Disguise the Way You Feel." Interesting. I found more songs on here easier to enjoy in the traditional sense. Like that's a fun new wave song. That's a fun garage rock song. Those are nice little hooks. I appreciate that. I'm having a good time. Whereas the first album is more of like the experience of this is so shitty. It's very fun.
Yeah, the second album I'll probably come back to, because it might be like the first album to me. It was this jarring because it's like, that's not why I listened to Donnie and Joe.
Yeah.
But I respect that in their non-career, they went a lot of fucking places.
Dude, so I'm talking all this shit as I do, but the well that they're pulling from, it's so much more varied than so many established artists. It's like
so many. Like I think Donnie probably has a great musical mind. Like we talk about all the time, you hear these great stories or these people who like push themselves, and we get this great art. Donnie, and I guess Joe too, but I'm just saying Donnie since he like wrote and played a lot more. He's the guy it didn't happen to. He is the guy who like you run into him at a coffee shop and he's like, oh yeah, when I was a kid, I recorded an album, and he's that guy, and the world gets to hear it. So
that is kind of nice. Yeah, and the fact that it is easy to laugh at for sure, but there's actual like merit. There's like a little bit of merit there. Like I don't even want to say a little bit, because to have like there's so many people who I've encountered and in real life and online, of course, where it's like, they're so talented, but they know one thing. They want to play the one thing. And I'm not going to, it was a guy I knew in high school, and he was just a fucking amazing guitar player. I mean, just like the best guitar player I'd ever met. And he was my age, and he was just brilliant guitar player. And he showed me like a song that he had written. He was like a metalhead, and he showed me a song that he had written. It was like not at all metal. It was like this pretty, like lovely, beautiful, clean thing, and it was like super technical and interesting. I was like, oh, that's pretty nice. It's pretty cool stuff. It's very interesting. And then some time passes, like weeks or whatever, and I hear him playing like other songs of his, and they were like the same fucking song. Like you can be
yeah,
so
the one thing.
yeah, like even if like, oh, then you like that, that's the kind of song you like to write, that's fine. But the fact that you're kind of only wanting to do one thing, you're only driven to do one thing, only one type of thing comes out. That's actually like, oh, well, that's not as interesting. It can be very technically impressive. It can be very cool for what it is, but it's not as like this. I appreciate this shit more. I appreciate the fact that he did a million different genres badly more than I appreciate one guy doing one really well.
Really good.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel that too. So yeah, it's just like I said, so many people, right place, right time, and we get to talk about a Nirvana or someone like that. Donnie and Joe Emerson, wrong place, wrong time. And then someone decided your guys' time is now, actually.
It is now. Yeah. So good for them, and the best of luck to them. I sure hope they didn't see this episode. That's basically.
I don't feel like I said anything inflammatory.
Well, I know that. I know what I said. Beginning to end, Jesus. But thank you so much for listening and watching and hanging out. I hope you had fun with this one. This is a delightful one to do. And yeah, if you enjoyed,
I'm surprised we went about an hour too. I thought we were gonna wrap this up and like real quick. And
it's too. Yeah, there's too much meat here. I think there's too much meat here for that.
Yeah,
yeah. So support us if you want. Leave a comment. Talk some shit in the comments. Tell us why it's the greatest album ever or the worst album ever. Whatever one you're feeling at the moment. Follow me on all social media at Panda Monkey and Alex on Bluesky at
Octatron 3030.
Don't forget to follow our history guy, Tom Osman, who digs a bunch of dirt for us. He didn't for this episode because he's currently in his homeland of Australia, a little bit tied up at the moment. But go support all his stuff. Tom Osman Sounds on all social media. TomOsmanSounds.com for his music and his podcast. Whatever comes next, where he interviews a bunch of indie musicians, not entirely unlike Donnie and Joe Emerson.
I bet if Tom really wanted to, he could get a Donnie and Joe Emerson.
I believe he could.
Interview.
I believe he could.
Yes.
Yeah, that would be very interesting. Yeah. And yeah, check out my EP if you want. The link to that in the description. Patreon, if you want to support us and help us eat a little bit better, go to patreon.com/everyalbumever. There you get bonus episodes, a couple bonus episodes a month. You get to see our schedules in advance. You get to vote on polls to decide who we cover next. You get to join the Discord, hang out with Alex, hang out with Tom in there. Talk shop with the other music nerds in the little community. It's very fun. And if you're tier 2, then you can suggest bonus episodes for us to cover on the Patreon. So any random ass album from wherever that you don't want to see a full episode on, or that we won't do a full episode on. There's plenty that we won't do episodes on. Give us an album that we'll do a bonus episode on it. So go there, do that. Thank you. No longer taking requests. So I should update the Patreon for that, actually. It'll be updated by the time this comes out. And then that's about it. So, closing it out, what will we be graced with?
Do you have to listen to this in real time, or are you just gonna like plop it?
I have to listen to this in real time.
I'm gonna spare it. I really wanted to do my heart, but
we'll do my heart.
Spare.
We gotta do my. I mean, it's Alex's song. It's 8 minutes, but you're gonna fucking hear it if you sit through the rest of this.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
It's the only way it could be.
It's a closer on the album. I think it's fascinating.
It is indeed fascinating. So thank you so much for listening and watching. See ya.